Welcome to Our Kids, sponsored by Jefferson County Public Schools. I am Pleasure Ridge Park High School correspondent Brittany DeVore. This April, we'll see how 2 schools are partnering for an innovative coffee shop. We'll take a look at our in-school vaccination clinics, and we'll check out Jack Harlow's visit to Atherton High School. Let's start with a creative project using toy blocks. Robotics students at the J. Graham Brown School are using Legos to create a ramp for wheelchair accessibility.
First, we started thinking about what Legos would be the most useful to us. So the 2x6 bricks and the plates that would be used to get the right slope for it.
We're at J. Graham Brown School. This is our programming robotics class.
I was walking to my office one day. Mr. Grisette's door was open. I don't know, it just hit me. I thought, I wonder if they would be interested.
We were approached by a teacher who works in errands, and she has a student who is bound to a wheelchair and is on dialysis, and the only times he goes out of the house is to go to the doctor, and it's a bit difficult because there is this step in between the door and the ramp to go down.
A woman from Germany that's also wheelchair bound makes ramps for the little stoops in the German shops. I showed it to my student and he was like, I love that, I want one.
This was an excellent opportunity for them to demonstrate empathy towards another human being and to help another person live in a more comfortable setup.
We had this big mallet and we would keep hitting it down because the Legos, if it was a little bit uneven, then I would ruin the whole structure of it, and so we had to use a mallet to hit it down, and if we messed up, Victoria here, she's stronger than me, so she would shove it off and we'd have to start over with that row again.
So here's the big Lego ramp. In each layer we have lots of Legos. We start off with this big plate to make a kind of foundation for everything. And with each Lego we would glue everything down, build it all up, and so at the beginning it would take hundreds and hundreds of Legos just to make one layer.
Shirley's Way, which is a local organization, their motto is people helping people. They gave us 3 tubs of Legos that were brand new.
First we had to measure out the calculations, so we used a lot of trigonometry because it's a triangle.
The first challenge was finding the dimensions. We wanted to separate into 2 groups, so it was difficult to make sure that they were exactly the same. Since that was the biggest part, we wanted them to match. And so we had to do a lot of equations and math to make sure the Legos would equal to be the right size and that they all matched up in the end.
Here we added many, many plates and many other bricks so that we have the correct size and the correct slope. And on the actual slope of it, we have a certain pattern so that it's smooth to go up.
Filling in the whole row is so satisfying.
After a couple of weeks, we started running low on any pieces, and we're scrounging for any tiny 1x1 piece to put it all together.
It was a really cool project to do, to make entirely out of Legos, and it took a very long time, more than we thought it would, and a lot of Legos.
I think it's really cool. We like Legos, and to be able to build something for someone to help them be able to leave their house and something that they would like and incorporate their favorite things is really cool experience, and really it's just amazing to be a part of it.
Due to the plastic and the glue that we use, it should be weather resistant and last a very long time.
It's a really good feeling. One of our pillars at this school is empathy. So it's nice to see the school actually working to build our skills of being empathetic people.
Still very refreshing to meet a group of kids who are interested in helping another human being and demonstrating empathy, but also to have students who are so eager to learn. And you never stop learning. As a lifelong learner myself, I can say that. But they are always open to suggestions that will help them grow as students, and that's very, very exciting for me as a teacher.
It's definitely going to help him because now when he goes out the front door, he's going to be excited to see the Legos. And the fact that they took the extra time to put a Mario on it was just super cool. He's going to be thrilled with that.
The Family Resource and Youth Service Center at Fairdale High School helps support students and their families.
I love my job. I'm very passionate about what I do. I love my job. We are at the Bulldogs with Heart Youth Service Center at Fairdale High School. I provide services to assist students and families by removing non-academic barriers, such as housing, utility assistance, food, clothing, employment assistance, educational assistance, whether it's tutoring or help with applying for college or financial aid. Because we are a first line of support for students and families. I'm the buddy, but I'm also sometimes that mama figure too. I'm making them go to class and do what they're supposed to do during school, but I provide support groups and mental health groups.
You don't let people's words hurt you and stuff because you don't feel good about yourself.
So what you saw today at Fairdale was the Women of Worth group, and we developed working with building their self-esteem and their confidence. They have newfound friendships and relationships. I gave up sodas. I'm starting to climb my stars more instead of calling my kids, hey, go get this for me, go get that. A lot of the behavior issues and academic issues are beginning to turn around.
Everybody's going the correct way that they're supposed to be going, then maybe you should join them and not stand in the back. Be more confident and step out.
I love building the relationships. I love being appreciated. I know that the kids don't say it, but when they notice when I'm not there, I love seeing them succeed. I love giving them other options. I love showing them another way outside of the ways that they think they know. I love helping people. I love the reward and knowing that I made a difference in somebody's life.
Students at Cane Run Elementary created a Black History Museum where students represented historical figures.
Hello, my name is Mana C.J. Walker. I was born on December 23rd, 1867 at Delta, Louisiana.
We are at Cane Run Elementary, and today we are having a Living Black History Month museum, and we are honoring famous and extraordinary African American citizens who have done compelling things.
Did you know that my best choreographed song was called Revelations?
And all of the students are representing someone that they chose to come alive.
And this is Interesting Facts, and I did Ruby Bridges, and this is my outfit. I am famous because I was the first Black lady to go to an all-white school.
Hello, my name is George Washington Carver. I was born July 12, 1864 in Diamond Grove, Missouri. I am famous because I discovered or created 300 products made out of peanuts.
Well, they are engaged and they are embodying the people that they are becoming. They get to learn and really kind of brings an extra level of empathy towards the person that they chose.
I am famous because I am a civil rights leader.
I had to research my sources.
I read books and I looked on websites. My person is Raven Wilkerson, and that I learned that she was the first Black African American to do ballet.
I am famous because I am a host on a TV show. Something interesting about my life is that I was in a movie called The Color Purple.
They have had so much fun. They've researched. They've spent weeks researching their person, which has been great because that helps with writing and reading. But then on top of that, they have just become very invested in the person that they are representing today.
I would like to be remembered as the first Black woman to become a millionaire. Thank you and have a nice day.
Atherton High School held a session on promoting equity in aerospace engineering and aircraft maintenance. More than 100 female students attended.
Talk with some of the freshmen about pathways in the aerospace industry. Just kind of shared our experiences and certainly how we got to where we are today, and how much like them we were once ninth graders trying to determine a pathway in life, and how different opportunities that were presented to us allowed us to get into this thing called aviation.
It's about loving what you want to do, so find that passion. I just want to say that as far as that goes, you just need to stick with it and do the best that you can do throughout your whole journey.
I thought it was really cool that we got the opportunity to get to talk to people who've been in the field and kind of know how they did and how they got there.
At Wilder Elementary, first graders are using a creative song to learn about the JCPS Backpack of Success skills.
This is my backpack, backpack, my backpack, backpack, my backpack, backpack this year. What's in my backpack, backpack, my backpack, backpack, my backpack, backpack this year. I am a pair of eyes
How fun was that? We've got more JCPS stories coming up. Stay tuned.
I love my school.
My teachers care about me and my success.
JCPS has prepared me for what's next.
I am JCPS.
I am JCPS.
I am JCPS.
Welcome back to Our Kids. I am Pleasure Ridge Park High School correspondent Brittany DeVore. Students from Churchill Park School opened a coffee shop at Marion Seymour. Both schools hope to grow and expand the partnership.
We are currently at the Marion Seymour, and I work at Churchill Park School. We've recently partnered with Moore to start a coffee shop. We wanted to give our students an opportunity to work on their job skills, but in a new type of transformative way.
Excited, buddy?
We wanted to get our kids out of the building and able to work around typical peers because we're such a special school that they don't often get that opportunity. We get to serve coffee and cookies to their staff every Friday between all of their lunch periods.
Thank you.
And we've partnered with Heine Brothers to serve the coffee, so it's Heine Brothers, which everyone loves in Louisville. And the cookies are from Insomnia Cookies, which are also amazing. We're very excited for the opportunity. Our kids get to work on their communication skills.
Thank you.
As well as their money skills and just greeting and the overall just life skills.
I'm so happy to see this. It's so nice to have.
We're initially starting with our staff because it's a way for them to also fundraise and make money. So they're charging like $2 for coffee. But one thing that we've talked about is we know that once the students are here, we're hopeful that this can spiral into other ways that we can support these students and perhaps use their coffee shop as incentives for our students where we can help fund that as a school.
A lot of the job skills that our kids are often given involve like packaging and sorting and things like that, and we wanted something that's way more interactive and exciting, and you can see the immediate gratification. So for customers or a consumer type job, that's perfect.
It's awesome. Thank you very much, you guys. Thank you.
The staff have been phenomenal. They're so excited for this, for our kids to come in and to partner, and they love it, and the kids seem to love it too, and they're very curious too of our students. So,
you know, because it's been a tough year and we have all these different challenges this year, I think it's just one extra thing that they feel like that, you know, that they're getting loved on a little bit, which is important, but also the interaction with these students. I mean, you can't be with these students 2 seconds and not just your day be brightened. So we've just seen lots of smiles.
It's been a long week. It's a real great pick-me-up for all of us. 1, 2, 3.
JCPS hosted an in-school COVID-19 vaccination clinic at Cane Run Elementary. The first 23 clinics were scheduled at schools with the lowest vaccination rates among students.
We are at Cane Run Elementary this morning.
Don't even look, okay? Yeah, there you go. It's best if you just don't look, and then you won't be so nervous about it, okay?
today is the kickoff of this new effort we're undertaking in JCPS, again, to make sure vaccines are available to everybody, students, staff, and their families, where their children attend schools.
The vaccine will help her and everybody around her just stay safe. I know with everything that's going on, I mean, like, she's had it twice. And the thing it hit her, COVID. And they hit her pretty bad. So I just want her to get a chance to just live for a while without getting sick.
We have right now 23 schools scheduled with our partners at Sphere to have these vaccine clinics that will be located in schools. For the elementary schools, we're scheduling them so that parents can be on site with the children to have the vaccine. The middle and high school clinics will be held during the school day.
And you get a Band-Aid to show everybody, okay?
I just got a COVID vaccine. It didn't feel like anything.
I am a first grade teacher at Cane Run Elementary. I got my booster shot. Very convenient and efficient that I don't have to leave work. I can just come here and get it done as well. I'm all about keeping myself, my family, and my students safe. So I appreciate JCPS creating this opportunity for everybody to be safe.
The effort is to make sure that every student, every family, every staff member has access to the COVID vaccine.
Way more convenient, you know, I can take her to school, sit with her just for a little bit, and then once she's like good to go, then I can go on and go to work and I can be okay.
Ballard High School band students explain some of the challenges of this past school year.
These past 12 months have been a challenge for JCPS students. Issues like NTI, last-minute cancellations due to inclement weather, and hybrid schedules have changed learning in ways that nobody could have predicted. Classes involving hands-on content such as art and music proved to be a special challenge. As we come back into the school building, students and teachers alike have been able to persevere and continue to find ways to practice the art that they love so much.
We were able to come back together on our hybrid schedule, keeping everybody's spaced far enough apart, fully masked, protective bell covers, and had rehearsals, and then ultimately got a performance out of last year outdoors. Now we're in a place where we are together. We still have a masking requirement. We still have a bell cover requirement. And it's a challenge, and we mitigate that well. We've had no issues here. I think the hardest thing is that just we weren't together. We're making progress, and it's good to be together. And we've got regular concerts scheduled and regular activities, and we'll make it.
Well, I would say it's definitely been difficult because just like not going through something that haven't even been through before. But I mean, it's just like knowing that you still are able to make music and listen to music and learn it all the time. It's just giving a little bit of hope.
I think I only met with one of my teachers on a regular basis freshman year. We started up the new school year and we would try to play on calls, and sometimes you would get called on to, play something for the class that we'd all still be playing, but because of how the calls work, you can't have more than one person playing at a time. So there was a different level of anxiety that got added into that, and it was just oh my gosh. We're better now because band is of course an in-person thing and it's very social.
Well, the band was definitely impacted a lot since we use a lot of wind, sending drums everywhere, but it's had to make us come together more and stick through everything because everyone's been going through it, everyone's been having a rough time.
I think with the students that are in the band program, we have, like I said, percussion ensemble, we do marching band, pep band, we do wind, classical, and jazz. Each of those appeals to a unique aspect of each individual, but I think the part that's the most important is that we're all doing something musically related that's all the band family together. And it doesn't matter how many of us are in one place at one time, we're all kind of working towards that same goal of enjoying music, preparing music, sharing it with our audiences, and growing and learning.
Atherton High School students got a lesson in how to help during a healthcare crisis.
Our medical pathway had some visitors from Norton's Stop the Bleed program teach them how to tie a tourniquet and pack a wound.
AOA videographers were in Miss Green's room to take it all in.
Part of working in healthcare is learning how to react in emergency situations. So today we have combined all the students from the health science pathway for the Stop the Bleed trainings.
It's very hard, like packing them in fully because you don't know if you're getting all the different places, and it gets like very tight when you put the gauze in.
I think it was fun pulling on the tourniquet. It was really cool, and I'm glad I got to do it.
If they were ever in a situation where they were faced with someone that was bleeding out, they would know how to react and be able to save their life.
Correspondent Elizabeth Satterley reports on a visit from a famous Atherton High School graduate, Jack Harlow.
I've seen Scantrons, so let me know if I should wait.
The majority of JCPS students graduate and pursue lifelong fulfilling careers. 2016 Atherton High School graduate Jack Harlow is no exception. With 42 million monthly listeners on Spotify and a Grammy nomination for the Best Rap Performance, he has become a world-famous rapper who not only represents Louisville, Kentucky, but Atherton High School as well. Jack Harlow recently paid his old high school a surprise visit. Jack started off his top secret visit by visiting his past English teachers, Mr. Tucker and Mr. Reinhardt.
So good to see you. How you?
Then he went to Mr. Cooksey, a film studies teacher who he has mentioned in multiple national interviews.
This is the cream of the crop right here. So just understand, like, not every kid in high school gets a teacher like this. So just soak this up. This guy's amazing.
I was one of the students who actually got to follow him the entire time, so I was there in the concourse waiting for him.
I was in the library. Like, that's where I first met him. He walked in. I got good shots of him, like, walking in. We got pictures with him. The teachers got some pictures with him. He did something with Miss Waters for, like, his little documentary.
It's a very memorable experience. I will forever remember that because, like, he's been a celebrity crush of mine for the longest.
That sure was a great way to end our semester. For our kids, I'm Elizabeth Satterley. DuPont Manual High School art students created an anti-vaping poster. See what they hope the campaign accomplishes.
So my teacher, Miss Young, was emailed with an opportunity to give her students a chance to create an anti-vaping poster design to basically promote the idea of being against vaping.
This project was all about designing a poster to warn people about the effects of vaping and to help teenagers stray away from that. And when approached to this project, we had the prompt in mind to show the effects of vaping.
I think the See Beyond the Vape, that message resonates, looking past just not stopping, but being active in telling others to not participate in that activity.
Seeing beyond the vape means that there's a life outside of just this addiction to vaping and smoking, and it can be heavily improved by, not doing that. There's so many other things, like you have a whole entire life ahead of you. I really just hope that this poster inspires them to be a better person in general, like not with just their behaviors and their decisions with what they do for their health, but just what they do in general, because moving forward and seeing something that can inspire you, motivate you to be a better person, it can really have some good effects in the future when you take the action.
Congratulations to our 2022 Excel Award-winning teachers. Here are some of their words of wisdom.
I'm really lucky and I'm honored to work with this amazing group of kids and with our animals and with all of the families that I've gotten to know really well over the last several years. Phoenix has given me the gift of a job that I love, and I get to collaborate with other professionals who are equally passionate about kids.
I like to believe that I help students find their best selves. Playing in the orchestra teaches students to persevere, to set goals, to break something into smaller parts to make it more manageable. It teaches students about teamwork. It teaches students about mindfulness and how to concentrate.
I want to say this Excel Award that I received is for you, the students. It is you that I am inspired by. It is you, students, and your stories. You come from difficult places. You've made a difficult journey to come here. You've already overcome many hardships just to be here in the United States.
Teaching is simultaneously the most challenging and the most rewarding thing I have ever tried to do.
Fortunately, I get to work at this wonderful school, Okolona Elementary. What's special about being here is that we all agree that people come first. So my number one job is to help students become who they always wanted to be.
So now in my career, I want to be a marigold for others. I love walking into my building each day, and I know this is where I'm meant to be. I love having a classroom full of students, and I'm grateful that I can impact their lives. And I'm so thankful for the opportunities that I've been given to grow as a leader.
I also want to make sure I thank all my colleagues. It takes a village to teach a kid, and so I could not be a good teacher if I wasn't supported by all the wonderful faculty and staff that work at the Brown School.
Students at Grace James Academy put on an epic step show performance. Check out these highlights.
Bold and proud, not like you, not burn out. I just had 2 steps. Out there, out there, out there, out there.
A special TARC bus that resembles what the Freedom Riders traveled in visited Wellington Elementary. Students got to tour the bus and learn about the civil rights movement through a new lens. It was transportation teaching history. The W.E.B. DuBois Academy held its annual bow tie ceremony. Students who have a 3.5 GPA or higher received their bow ties. Congratulations to those students. Check out some of these amazing images from the annual YPAS dance concert. Thanks for watching our show. You can find entire episodes on our JCPS YouTube page. Until next time, keep supporting our kids.